Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brooklyn and I'm so happy that you decided to click on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little intro and I'm just going to get into it. So today we're going to be talking about me versus AI, and I actually filmed this video already and I was going through and editing it, and you could just tell that I was really tired and I wanted to do this subject justice. So I decided to sit down and refilm, which is probably why this video is going to come up a little later than I intended. But that's okay because things happen and I'm just excited to sit down and get into this with you guys. Okay, so the first part of this video, I want to talk about AI and my opinions on it. And then I kind of want to move into society's perceptions. So to me, AI is a tool, and I think that tools can often be misused. And I feel like it is being very misused within our society because there is a clear intention of garnering attention. And I feel like that is problematic the way that it is showing up in our society. I feel like though AI can be extremely helpful and I use it, a lot of people use it. It's great to like organize thoughts. It's great to help brainstorm. It's great to produce something more quickly than we could ever. And so I just kind of want to give a reminder. Something that I like to keep in mind when I'm interacting with AI is that you learn addition before you get a calculator, and you learn addition for a reason. I think basic competence is very important. And the more that you don't go over something, the more likely you are going to lose it. So if you're, for example, if I'm always using AI to organize my thoughts, I'm more likely to lose the ability to organize my thoughts myself. And I think that we need to be self-sufficient. That's something, a message that I am always preaching on my channel. I think that we need to be able to take care of ourselves and to navigate life independently. I think that community and connection is very important, but we're not getting connection from AI. And that's something else that I also want to talk about later on. So, those are my opinions on it. I think that AI users and AI creators have been abusing this software, and that it's very apparent that a lot of content is being created that is shallow and really hasn't earned my attention. And so that's kind of what I want to remind you guys. I want to remind you that for every time that you choose not to create something, AI is creating millions and millions of videos that are not earned. And it kind of reminds me, I read this book and it I spent months reading this book. I am on a reading journey and it is hard. But I spent months reading this book with my spare time, and I was honestly like, it wasn't my favorite book, but it was good. It was solid. And as I got to the end, the final 3 chapters, there was this plot twist that there was no hints throughout the book that this would ever occur. We are in it was just very hard to believe, and it left more questions than it did answers, which is okay to some extent, but there were so many questions. Like, it actually did not make any logical sense, and I was very bothered. And some people were like, this is amazing, like that plot twist, I never saw it coming, I didn't expect it. And yeah, neither did I. But I was upset because I think that it should be earned. Plot twists should be earned. I think that at the end of the day, yes, there was shock value, just like I feel there is shock value for AI content, but it's empty, it's shallow. And if you try and dig deeper, you're probably not going to get anywhere because there's nowhere to dig. It's concrete. And so that's kind of how I feel about AI. And I think we should have stronger boundaries on it. I feel like corporations just want us to kind of like lay down and view and consume. And I kind of want to challenge you guys to create more than you consume. And that has kind of been my motto for the last 2 years. And have I done it? No. But I feel like growth takes time and being patient with yourself, because you are constantly being preyed on for your attention, and they're shortening it for a reason because they can fit in more stuff, and that is super sad. So be cognitive that your time is valuable and your attention is valuable, and be careful where you direct it. It's okay to indulge sometimes, but I really think that as a society, we have the ability to say what goes, and we have the ability to support something and to not support it. And I think that we should use that more instead of allowing ourselves to be controlled by convenience. So the next part of this video, I kind of want to talk about being uncomfortable. And I think that this is extremely important for everyone's creativity journey, like creative journey. And I'm going to talk about this in context with me because I'm challenging myself to do the impossible. And to do the impossible, I need to be uncomfortable. But I would like you guys to apply this to your situations as well. What I've learned is to grow, you need to be uncomfortable. To live, you need to be uncomfortable. To exist outside of what I'm used to, I need to be uncomfortable for any period of time. And I think that we have gotten too comfortable with being comfortable. I've gotten too comfortable with staying in my comfort zone, staying with what I'm familiar with. And it's good to have a comfort zone, but it's also good to extend it. And I want to challenge myself to be uncomfortable this year. I want to challenge myself to do things that I normally wouldn't do, to struggle through things, because I think that that ultimately will create the most growth. I think tribulation does create growth, and it's proven to in my life so many times. And so I'm taking on the impossible task, which is going to cause me to be uncomfortable. And that is to keep up with all of this content that AI is putting out. And that is to challenge myself to keep on creating, even though I know AI can do it better, even though I know that the product of someone else creating might be better. But I just want to say that I think as a society, we're so good with comfortable because we're obsessed with the destination. We're not obsessed with the journey. And I think that we need to learn to be obsessed with the journey. I have so much trouble living in the moment. I dream about the future constantly. I plan for my future constantly. And I struggle to just live within a moment instead of thinking about what's coming next. And so I just want to challenge us to create something in the moment, to create movement, to create something happening instead of waiting for something to happen to us, and also to embrace being uncomfortable, whatever phase in life. Embrace the journey of getting your degree, embrace the journey of making a meal. Like these things is what makes us different, you know, because my output is valuable, my output is unique. What I have to offer to the world is unique. When I ask AI a question, if I'm on ChatGPT and their process of thinking does not involve any interaction with the world beforehand or during, and my process of thinking, I've interacted with the world up until this point. So that's where my experiences and my advice come from. And so that experience is important. It's easy to empathize with someone, it's easy to feign knowing where someone's coming from. But authenticity is so valuable within our society because we use it to connect. People being honest is what helps us connect, and that is so important. And I think that accepting a fake version of that is not what we deserve. I think we deserve to connect with one another and to do it in a real way. And so I feel like I'm kind of delving in to a different topic, but I'm going to try and like rein it back in. And I want to just kind of express that I want to do better. I want to create and fail and enjoy my journey to failure, because that journey is what makes my experiences unique, and that's what makes me different. And focusing on not the destination, but the journey, I think is how you live life more fully. And that is always going to be a process. So I want to close out this video by talking about the impossible task. Um, I think that we all should choose an impossible task, because I think that choosing to go to the moon, choosing to do something that you think that you won't even be able to do in your lifetime and not being able to achieve it is okay. I think that we are so scared of failure. We are so scared of coming short, and we ignore all of the things that we gained from starting the journey in the first place. And so, my impossible task is going to be to create until I die. I want to try and keep up with AI. It will be me versus AI, and try and make content, and knowing that my journey of doing it is me winning, and knowing that I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep creating just for the journey, just for the process, just because it makes me happy. I do feel like this video is a little bit all over the place, but I hope that it touched somebody. I hope that somebody understands where I'm coming from. So I just want to say happy 2026, guys. It's going to be a great year. Let's keep the hype up. Let's keep the energy up. Let's pretend that the new start is constantly happening. Let's embrace living. Let's embrace now, and let's pick impossible tasks. Let's be uncomfortable. Let's shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon. And I think we're going to have a great year. So I just want to say, please like and subscribe if you made it this far in the video. That's crazy because I had that little thing in the beginning. So that was an accomplishment. So I'm so happy that you guys stuck around. And I can't wait to see you guys. I'm altering it. I'm not saying next Friday anymore. I'm gonna try and stick to posting on Fridays, but I will see you guys next weekend. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend yourselves. And for those of you who are starting college next week, we got this. We got this. Yeah, so bye.